All right, viewers, after nearly 20 months of the COVID outbreak, the Kartarpur corridor is now open. And one of the first few visitors to the Kartarpur Gurudwara in Pakistan was none other than the Punjab Chief Minister, Channi.
Nearly 20 months after the COVID pandemic broke out, the Kartarpur Shrine in Pakistan reopens for the devotees. Over 2,500 Indian Sikhs crossed the Wagah border to offer prayers on the birth anniversary celebrations of Guru Nanak. The devotees included Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi and his cabinet.
ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਕਰਤਾਰਪੁਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਦਰ ਤੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਆਂ ਲਾਂਘਾ ਖੁੱਲਿਆ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਜਨਮ ਦਿਨ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਅਰਦਾਸਾਂ ਸੀਗੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਪੂਰੀਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਲਾਂਘਾ ਦੁਬਾਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਖੁੱਲਿਆ ਇਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਮੈਂ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਤੇ ਹੋਮ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦਾ
ਸਮੂਹ ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾਮ ਲੈਵਾ ਸੰਗਤ ਨੂੰ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਮਿਲਿਆ आके इस स्थान ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਦੇਖਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਇੱਕ ਸਕਾਰਾਤਮਕ ਊਰਜਾ ਦਾ ਅਨੁਭਵ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਵਿਅਕਤੀ।
While the Congress's top leaders reached Kartarpur, one prominent face was missing, and that was Navjot Singh Sidhu, the chief of the Punjab Congress.
A delegation of the Congress party led by the Punjab Chief Minister has gone in, and like you said, ironic it is that the PCC chief Navjot Singh Sidhu hasn't gone in today. There is no clarity as to why he couldn't be part of the delegation. It is said that he hasn't got permission, but he will likely get permission on November 20th to go in. But it is definitely very surprising given that Navjot Singh Sidhu was in fact part of the groundbreaking ceremony of the Kartarpur corridor.
Not just the Congress party. Even the opposition Aam Aadmi Party leaders from Punjab are aiming to go to the Kartarpur Sahib.
आम आदमी पार्टी का एक वफद जिसमें हमारे आम आदमी पार्टी के सांसद पंजाब यूनिट के अध्यक्ष भगवंत मान साहब रहेंगे, हमारे पंजाब के इंचार्ज रहेंगे और साथ ही साथ पंजाब के सभी MLAs रहेंगे। एक पूरा वफद 19 तारीख को गुरुपुरब के बहुत ही शुभ दिन श्री करतारपुर साहिब जाकर नतमस्तक होएगा, गुरु महाराज के दरबार में मत्था टेकेगा।
Kartarpur Sahib is not just a matter of faith this year. It assumes political significance as the state gears up for crucial assembly elections in less than 4 months from now. Government at the centre, by permitting this pilgrimage to the shrine in Pakistan, has reached out to the Sikh community, as many of them had been upset with the Bharatiya Janata Party over the farm laws. With Paulami Saha, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, viewers, the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh today inaugurated a revamped war memorial in eastern Ladakh's Rezangla Pass. After inaugurating the war memorial, Rajnath Singh was seen carrying Brigadier R.V. Jattar of 13 Kumaon in a wheelchair. Jattar bravely fought in the 1962 war. Ahead of the inauguration, Rajnath paid homage to the brave hearts at the memorial. The war memorial is at the site of an epic battle where Indian troops valiantly fought the Chinese military in 1962. During the India-China War in 62, the Indian Army had held back in assault by China's People's Liberation Army at Rezangla at an altitude of 18,000 feet located smack at the line of actual control. Rezangla saw the epic battle on November 18, 1962. The Defence Minister will also carry out a review of the security situation with top army commanders. All right, viewers, the Nataka in Karnataka continues, this time allegedly over the Bitcoin scam. Here's more.
It's what everyone's talking about across the world. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, the big buzzwords today, with everyone debating whether you should invest in it or not. But in Karnataka, it's a Bitcoin scam that's got the political corridors talking. The multi-crore 2019 scam has led to a political showdown in the state like no other. And the latest sticking point is this footage. CCTV video from a Congress news briefing in Bengaluru on Wednesday, where the party claims a state intelligence officer was mysteriously present.
So you need to ask the CM, why in a press conference, why is a plainclothesman coming here from the intelligence department? It's very clear why they are diverting. Because everybody is hand in glove in it. Everybody is neck deep in it.
Including police officers?
Everybody.
The ruling BJP in Karnataka has fired a counter-attack to deflect the Congress's missile, claiming a direct link between main accused hacker Sri Krishna, aka Sriki, with a Congress MLA's son. Mohammad Nalapad, MLA N.A. Harris's son's link with the hacker was mentioned in the Bitcoin scam charge sheet, but Nalapad has dismissed any role in the scam.
Nowhere in the charge sheet or nowhere in any of the document it says that we have done any crime. Knowing someone cannot be a crime, and we have not done anything beyond.
But the BJP obviously isn't convinced, with the state home minister claiming Nalapad rigged the youth Congress elections using Shriki's help.
ನಮ್ಮ ಚುನಾವಣೆಯನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದಿದ್ದು
ಹೌದು
ನಮಗೆ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟು ವೋಟ್ಗಳು ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ
ಹೌದು
ನಾವು ಅವತ್ತೇ ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತಕರಾರು ಪತ್ರವನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಹ್ಯಾಕಿಂಗ್ ನಿಂದ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅನುಮಾನ ಇದೆ
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್
ಇದನ್ನು ವಿಚಾರಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನೀವು ಅಂದ್ರು ನನಗೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವೇನ್ ಪತ್ರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ
ಓಕೆ
ಅದನ್ನ ಆ ಪತ್ರನ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಪೊಲೀಸಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಿಸಿ.
The Congress has dismissed this allegation, saying Shriki was in jail during the polls and has called the BJP's tirade a diversionary tactic.
The Home Minister is a madman. First he has to be sent to the Nimans for checking. First he has to be sent to the Nimans man. He doesn't know. When he was in jail, he should have a basic common sense what he speaks.
With the Karnataka Bitcoin scam politics taking center stage and questions over a fair probe, former Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa has now claimed that even Prime Minister Modi is looking into the Bitcoin scam.
Bitcoin ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೇ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ರು ಸಹ ಅವರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ರಮ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಧಾನಿ ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿ ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳಿದ್ದರೂ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೂ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನಿಶ್ಚಿತವಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ರಮ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಯಾರನ್ನು ಮುಚ್ಚಿಡೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರಿಗೂ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಉದ್ಭವ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
With Nagarjun Dwarkanath in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.
The political temperatures in poll-bound Uttar Pradesh are imploding, primarily where the Samajwadi Party is concerned, breaking up another massive controversy, this time around none other than Akhilesh, calling those who wear saffron as Chillamjeevis.
एक रंग वाले कहीं जीवन में किसी के रंग नहीं ला सकते. ये चिलमजीवी कभी उत्तर प्रदेश को खुशहाली के रास्ते पे नहीं ले जा सकते.
Akhilesh Yadav lights the Chillamjeevi fire in political Pradesh. In his biggest attack on Yogi Adityanath, the Samajwadi Party chief says those smoking chillam can never do any good for Uttar Pradesh. After Akhilesh Yadav's statement, chillam has become a smoking hot flashpoint in the Uttar Pradesh dangal. Addressing a poll rally in Ghazipur, Akhilesh didn't mince words in his attack on the chief minister.
कोरोना की बात तो सरकार इसलिए नहीं करेगी क्योंकि माँ गंगा जो पवित्र माँ गंगा है जिसको हम सब माँ गंगा मानते हैं, उसमें कितनी लाशें बह गईं, कैसे शर्म से देखेंगे उसको? क्या शर्म नहीं आएगी भारतीय जनता पार्टी को? क्या बात करते हुए नहीं उनको शर्म आएगी कि माँ गंगा से वादा किया था कि माँ गंगा साफ होंगी? आज मुझे बताओ, गोमती साफ हो गई? माँ गंगा के साथ साथ क्या यमुना साफ हो गई? वो बदहाल हमारी वजह से नहीं है, वो हम बदहाल है बाबा मुख्यमंत्री जी की वजह से, क्योंकि उन्हें फुर्सत ही नहीं है, धुआं उड़ाने में।
The sadhus are livid, calling Akhilesh anti-Hindu and demanding an apology.
जिस प्रकार अखिलेश यादव जी ने कल सनातन हिंदू धर्म भगवाधारी सन्यासियों के ऊपर प्रहार किया, यह उनकी कुत्सित मानसिकता को दर्शाता है कि ये अव्वल किस दर्जे तक का हिंदू विरोधी व्यक्ति है।
The remark has snowballed into a major controversy. The BJP has hit back at Akhilesh Yadav.
ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस जब होता है तो जो है वो गलतफहमी पैदा होती है, और गलतफहमी जो है वो सियासी सेहत के लिए ठीक नहीं होती।
वो भूल जाते हैं 2014 में इनको सफा करके बाहर भेज दिया, 2017 में इनको बाहर भेज दिया, सत्ता में थे, 2019 के लोकसभा चुनाव में ये बुआ भतीजे मिल गए, तभी जनता ने इनको खदेड़ दिया। तो यह मुगालते में है।
Bhojpuri actor and politician Dinesh Lal Niraua, who contested against Akhilesh in 2019 polls from Azamgarh, slammed the former UP Chief Minister.
अखिलेश यादव जी, ये जो एक रंग से आपकी और आपके पार्टी की जो नफरत है वो तो जग जाहिर है, उसमें कुछ कहने की बात नहीं है। आप ऐसे ही अपनी विचारधारा समय समय पे बताते रहिए ताकि धीरे धीरे उन लोगों की भी आंख खुले जो लोग आज भी भ्रम में हैं, उनको भी पता चलता रहे कि आप जिन्ना की विचारधारा वाले आदमी हैं।
Akhilesh's Chillamjeevi attack keeps the polarization pot boiling in political Pradesh, while other issues related to development get drowned in the rhetoric. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, viewers, the Hindutva debate rages on and constantly is being fueled by none other than various congressmen. This time around, the latest is Shashi Tharoor. Congress MP Shashi Tharoor rekindled the Hindutva political storm with his British football team hooligan analogy. Tharoor, while speaking at his book launch last evening, said that Hindutva is fundamentally the most un-Hindu set of beliefs, and those who practice it are like a British football team hooligan. He even went on to say that, like a football team hooligan, those who practice Hindutva want everyone else to believe in the same. Tharoor's statement comes days after the likes of Rahul Gandhi, Salman Khurshid also insulted Hindutva. While Rahul Gandhi said Hindutva propagates violence and the killing of Sikhs and Muslims, Khurshid linked Hindutva to ISIS and Boko Haram.
These people have reduced the soaring majesty of the Vedas, of the Upanishads, of the Vedanta into literally something like the team identity of the British football hooligan. You know, this is my team, and if you're supporting the other team, I'm going to hit you on the head. That is not Hinduism. Hindutva is the fundamentally most un-Hindu set of beliefs and practices that you can imagine, and they've called themselves Hindutva, which means Hindu-ness. It's an absolute travesty.
A quick break. We are break. We are coming back after that. Welcome back. You're watching the Fact Check segment where we bust certain claims masquerading to be facts on social media platforms and WhatsApp groups. Now, there's a claim floating about suggesting that pictures show Veer Savarkar languishing in the Andaman jail. There's a picture which was being circulated which suggested Veer Savarkar languishing in a jail in Andaman. The viral pictures are from a film based on Savarkar's life, nothing to do with the actual incarceration of Veer Savarkar. With that quick fact, time for us to go into a quick break, but you do stay with us. On the other side is To The Point.